how to rebuild your Porter Cable DA250A trigger.
I'm Rick.
While depressing, shut the heck up, you stinking roosters. Where you're setting.
This is the shack.
Hey everybody, welcome. Hey, new to the channel, first time stopping by. Seriously, I just want to say thank you so much for taking some of your time out to view my channel. As always, I would ask if you consider subscribing, and if you do, ding, 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 ding. Ring that bell so you're notified when these videos do come out. Today we're going to go over real quickly how to rebuild a threaded trigger valve on a Porter Cable DA250A. So we're going to go through it. I got them all. It's like 30 bucks or something from eReplacementparts.com. Check in the description below. I will have a list of the O-rings that I bought for this. Everything you're going to need on this style of nailer. So let's get to the gun and get going. I'll have a link there somewhere if you want to see the video on how to rebuild the driver in this, because I had a problem with this double firing quite often and got to the point it had to be addressed. After the rebuild, I found out that the trigger was still leaking because I wasn't sure what the air leak was from. Replaced the driver and some of the O-rings in here. This thing doesn't double fire anymore. It's fantastic. It feels like it's brand new again, but I do have air leaking from my trigger, so that's what we're going to tackle today. This is threaded in, so there are two different valves. Because I've seen guys that take this apart, use the O-rings and put it in there, but my luck trying to get the O-rings out, I could damage the O-rings. I didn't want to take that chance. So this one goes in there, and there's grooves here. Little pins go in to hold it in place. If you don't have any pins up here, then you have what my style is, and that's a threaded trigger. I went to eReplacement parts. I got every O-ring. This is what I got from Replacement Parts. I think it cost me about $30 for all the O-rings. Here is the exploded view, so I can go through and pick out each O-ring that I need that goes in this place. And because these do not have the part number other than the order number, this is part 202, well, it doesn't say that on here, it's just got the number. So I can look on here. This one is 883935, 883935, it's this one here. That's O-ring number 203. I look on here, 203 is the second one right there, 203, that's O-ring goes right there. So I'm going to tear this apart. I'm going to reference everything so I make sure I get the proper O-ring in the proper position. You have to get this little trigger out of the way, so you need to remove the pin. The pin is held in by a little O-ring right here. Now, I did take this apart first before I decided to go ahead and buy every individual O-ring, so I wanted the whole thing redone. The original little O-ring here that kind of holds the pin in place literally fell apart, so I had to buy a new one. But I used the one in the other kit to hold it temporarily because I didn't want to lose anything, so I put it back together. So carefully get this off of here. Get that underneath it, fish underneath it, pull it off, and there it is. Not really an O-ring, it just goes around the pin there. Now this pin that holds the trigger, put that aside, will literally push right out. Just like that. There it is. And then this comes right out. And there you have it. So let me put this aside so I don't lose it. Now I have a 5/16 wrench. Put it on my trigger and unloosen it little by little. There it goes. Okay, there it goes. And there we have it. This, you twist and that'll come apart. The valve pops out. And this, you gotta push it down. There it goes. It comes out. So basically that is the exploded view. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 O-rings to replace. Now I have all these lined up accordingly, so I can go down the list. This is 202, 203, 204, 207, so on. So I can pick these up. I will double check before I put it on to make sure that is the correct one. So the first one is this, which is 202, and that is this one. Part number 883831. That's the one that goes there. And this way I'm not worried about ruining something, trying to take it off and reapply it, and simply slide it on. Now the next one is part 203, which is part number 883935. That is this one. So let's take this one out. On the ones that are inside the groove, I have a little bit of grease here. I'm just going to lube that one up a little bit, give it a little grease. And now that one, I just roll a little grease on this one. Doesn't take much. Okay, that's done. Next thing we're going to do is this piece. I believe these two are the same number, and that is 204, which is 883936. 3936. Yeah, look at that. This one, I bet this is where it was leaking. This thing is very brittle, and it just broke. So let me find out where it just broke at. There it is right there. Yeah, this one is really bad. It's hard as a rock. It's not even an O-ring. That thing's hard, very brittle. So that was good. I definitely need to replace it. This one, they're getting bad. If they're that hard and brittle, that's probably where the leak was coming from, or at least one of the leaks. And this one's just as bad. Oh, there it goes. These broke too. Not even rubbery. They're very brittle. So let me get these all taken off here real quick. Those two are so brittle they literally fall apart. They are hard as a rock. I'm pretty convinced that's probably where the air leak was coming from. These are solid. They weren't even rubbery. They were hard. So I don't know about this next one, but I'm going to replace these two first before we move on. Supposed to be kind of rubbery. These were not. They were hard as rocks. No good, no good. Let me get this one out so I can put them both in there. Again, I'm going to just put a little bit of grease on these. Don't take much. Now I'm putting this one on first, so when I put the other one on, it goes through and goes to that. You know, you'll never get it across. You want to ruin it. So let me get a little grease on this one. I'm just using my fingers. You know, it stretches enough. I don't want to. Last thing I want to do is destroy it or somehow get something on it. There we go. Go past it. There we go, baby. There. I'll slide that down and around. Oh man, this is going to be sweet. Okay, good, 2 rubber O-rings there. Now let's get the third one out. There it goes. Wow. There's no give, no rubber on those whatsoever no more. Now this one is number 207, which is 883938. There that one is. A little grease on this one. Now slide that one over here. Wipe it around a little bit. And that is done. That one's complete. Those are 3 O-rings on that one. Okay, next we're going to do this little piece. Calls for 2 O-rings. They are 883848. So let's see if these even come out. These are small, going to be a little bit difficult. They feel very hard. Don't look like these are going to come off any easier. As you can see here, these are the small ones, hard as rock, no give in them, so they all just crumbled out of there. A little hard picking them out though. So these are the 2 new ones. As usual, I'm just going to actually throw a little grease in here. Okay. Now, just a matter of getting these over this. There you go, one that side, one on this side. Now, just trying to get it to go over There it goes. Slide it on. It's kind of hard, they're small. You kind of get it over it and continue to slide it over when it gets in there. Same on this one. Well, without a doubt, this is the hardest one because, man, I could not get it over and I was being so careful. So I finally got it on, put a little more oil on it. That one's done, finally. That's the worst one to put the things on. I got one more O-ring, and that's this one here, and that is number, I think, 212. Yeah, 212. That's 883942, and that is this one here. So let's clean that out real quick. O-ring, make sure it looks good. Throw some grease around that. And this one should just slide right over that. Easy. Yeah, see that they all should be that easy. Throw a little more grease on that. Now let's put it all back together. So this goes this way. That way. This goes on there. And I'm going to throw a little more grease on these. I got extra, I'm just going to use it on these. Goes like that. This just pops in there. I can tell it slides much easier, and that just popped back in there. Okay. So let's put her back together. That's already been cleaned out underneath there, so I'm just going to drop this back in here. Get that in there where it starts turning. Now we're going to force it. Make sure it fits in there good. Take our wrench, tighten it back up. Making sure that O-ring goes in there nicely. Last thing I want to do is pinch that O-ring and screw it up. I have to get another one. And I'm not going to overpower it. I'm just going to tighten it where it's snug. There. Stops turning, that's where I'm going. Now we can replace the trigger. Go on there. This goes in there. Whoops, missed it. There we go. Feed it through, get it through the hole. So the last piece is this little thing here that goes over the trigger to hold it in. And you just, the easiest thing is just push it, it goes right on. So now that stays in there. Okay, I'm going to hook up some air, just see if I get it right. Oh man, I think there's air coming out of here now. It's a domino effect. Every time I fix something, something else is going. So, yep, this is leaking right here now. So now I got to get the O-ring for that, or a new gasket. So I think I get a new gasket. That's what it is. Actually, let me tighten that and see if it even will snug up and quit leaking. Now, before I have to order yet another part, that feels snug. That's tight. Snug as a bug. Maybe just, yep. It's all snug, so evidently this just collapsed enough where it's not holding the air. That means now I got to go and get the gasket for here, and that should take care of the problem. I should have no more leak. So we have all new O-rings on our trigger. These are the old ones. As you saw, they literally just hard as rock, not even coming off. So that eliminated all the air out of here. Now I guess the pressure stuff, or it's coming out here now, so that's for another day, another video. Domino effect. Gosh. So I will get the gasket for that, and hopefully there will be no more issues, and I hope it has helped you and guided you if you have a trigger you need to rebuild. And again, this is threaded, it is not to slip in with the pin. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Be blessed. Take back your shack and build it for your sanity. See you next video, which will probably be replacing the gasket on this.